It's been over 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine, causing destruction and havoc in a sovereign country and triggering the biggest wave of refugees moving across into Western Europe. And some days ago, we hear the news that Russian dissident Alexei Navalny was murdered in a prison camp in the Arctic Circle. What are we seeing here? It is evil at work. The famous German theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer described evil thus: silence in the face of evil is itself evil. God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. Bonhoeffer was brutally tortured and killed by the Nazis in a prison camp. Totalitarian regimes, by nature, bring out the worst and the best type of human being. During apartheid South Africa, we had figures like Nelson Mandela, who spent more than 27 years in prison, and Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Steve Biko, who was also killed by the apartheid regime. In Czechoslovakia, we had people like Václav Havel, and in Poland, Lech Walesa. When we confront evil, we also confront our own shadows. If we don't transmute our own shadows, our dark emotions, we ourselves become susceptible to the tentacles of evil. If we look at history, in ancient Greek, we had the goddess Eris, whose only task was to sow destruction, war, and chaos. In Christianity, we have Satan, or the devil, a fallen angel who tried to arise to the same power as God. In popular culture, we have figures like Darth Vader in Star Wars, the Dark Father and personification of evil, who serves the Dark Empire as its chief enforcer. Evil often disguises itself behind a smokescreen of false narratives, fake news, and distorting information, and sometimes even turning the truth into the lie, and the lie into the truth. In confronting evil, the ancient mystics give us a good guideline. The 13th century mystic Meister Eckhart said about evil that people with evil intention try to walk in front of God instead of behind God. He described such figures as lacking all sense of humility and self-reflection. Napoleon Hill once said about evil that by nature it carries within the flames of self-destruction. At some point, evil becomes incapable of self-reflection and self-criticism, seeing any type of criticism as a direct attack on their own narcissism. Characters in the stranglehold of evil and their own narcissism are incapable of making different choices. Most suffering that we experience in our personal lives is a result of bad choices and bad habits. And as the Lord of evil in our world of today spin their false narratives, some comfort can be taken in the fact that evil ultimately destroys itself. This is simply a lesson in history. The thoughts, actions, and energy you send out inevitably come back to you. In the same way, choosing the path of light, of kindness, of compassion, and of tolerance will bring you a life of blissful happiness, and you will be in sync with your divine purpose.